Hi, thank you, Joe. I'm Telis Kaleas from Qualcomm and chair of the compliance and certification group. And what a year, because even less than a year, we were able to put together some certification program, which Eugene, he mentioned that before, the self-certification. So a year ago, I was presenting some wishes, likes and dislikes for compliance and certification. But this year I'm here also to present you that we are moving along and we have a future, bright future in this compliance and certification. But at the same time, I want to thank the companies that they participate in this working group to make it happen. Brief agenda here that I'm going to present the charter of the CNC committee and the working group for the new members that they don't know a little bit about the structure of the committee and the working group, the highlights and accomplishments, and the test path to certification, which Jose Rodrigo from the 84 Wireless that is helping us to put together the compliance and certification group. The compliance and certification area, we divided in the activities in two areas, the business activity and the technical activity. Under the business activity, we have the CNC committee, which primary focus is the business strategies. To define, let's say, what is the business model of the compliance and certification and at the same time maybe eventually what fees we can charge with for compliance and certification. But in the technical activity, definitely Greg, he outlined before what is the TSC also focus. But also the focus of working groups is other than delivering also the source code, from the compliance and certification perspective, they have to deliver also the interface definition documents, test case specs, and test code. So the compliance and certification working group right now, it's under the TSC, and basically we are putting together all these certification processes and also the interoperability procedures, which is in progress right now. Other also areas is the validation and certification tools that we are developing. This is the charter of the Compliance and Certification Committee, which basically it's a members body and defines the policies. The Compliance and Certification Working Group charter basically is to come up with various processes in order to certify products, but at the same time to grant and maintain the certification. We have also the certification authority, which is a body that organizationally is independent of the compliance and certification working group. And basically it's responsible to make, let's say, to give, let's say, the certification logo or design for AllSeen, as you see you saw before for the phase 1, and also maintain a list of the certified products. What a year! That's why I try to outline here, even in less than a year months. We had a lot of successes. Basically, we started with the CNC committee that board of directors approved. Then we proposed, let's say, a certification working group under the TSC. Unanimously, they approved it on, what was that, March. And then we came up with a two-phase approach, compliance and certification, phase 1 and phase 2, which we are going to go more in details in the session from 1 to 3. We had also RFP proposal for companies that they can help us with this certification, compliance and certification program. And 84 Wireless was selected to help us on that. And that's was the ultimate, I can say, accomplishment that we had, that the phase 1 self-certification went live on September. And a little bit after that, we had a couple companies, like the PowerTech and Lifex, that they certify the first product. And from October until now, we are planning for the phase 2, that it's going to be more exciting, since we have also interoperability into the certificate, compliance and certification, and we have to define it. Here is the compliance and certification requirements as they was voted and unanimously approved, that in order to have the minimum functional requirements for O&M to get the certification, they have to pass a core plus one official service framework from the list of the services that advertised in the code base. But as soon as you advertise how many services you are supporting, then you have to certify, and you have to run those compliance tests related to that service. This is actually for phase 1. For phase 2 also, we are going to have also to comply with interoperability procedures. Those interoperability procedures right now, we are in progress to put together. And the help also from the 84 Wireless. This is the phase 2 compliance and certification process. This is the path to certification. Just I put it here, so this way you guys you can come at the session that we have later, because we're Jose is going to describe in more details this process that we are proposing right now: prepare, apply, test, certify. Here is some of the highlights that we're going to discuss during the 1 to 3 session. And basically, thank you all for, and I give it now to Jose to continue with.
Thank you, Telis. Thank you, Telis. Thank you, Joe, for the introductions. My name is Jose Rodrigo, Jose Aurelio Rodrigo, and I'm working for 84 Wireless. And our task in this project is to try to support and help AllSeen Alliance and also the compliance certification working group in order to develop and create and start working with the certification program. Then the target that we have with this is just to serve the strategy of AllSeen Alliance in order to create and define the compliance and certification program. And then for this reason, we have to make the compliance certification program to give a value to the consumers of the AllSeen Alliance products, and also to OEMs that design and develop equipment. We have to make that the certification has this capacity to attract consumers in order to select devices with the certification logo instead other products that are not passed through the certification program. And then that means that the products with the certification logo and certification testing performed are selected instead other products that are in the market. Additionally, we have to be moving faster because the developers and designers have an enormous imagination in order to create new products that serve to new opportunities and new needs of the consumers. And then the certification program has to be adapted continuously to the new products that are created. That initially, when we designed the certification program, we didn't think that these kind of products will go through the process. And then, as we can see now, there are new products, new functionalities, new services that require us to be adapting continuously the processes and procedures to serve to these new services like lighting, audio. Now there are home-connected devices. Probably in the future we will find completely different products that today we are not imagining. And then the certification has to follow these new trends and new designs, instead making the designers and developers to be adapted to the process itself. Finally, the certification process has to be cheap. That means that has to be affordable to the developers because we can design a perfect certification scheme, but very expensive. And then that means that if nobody is going through the process, and then we have created a useless certification process. That means that we need to be completely connected with the reality of the business in order to serve really to the targets that the AllSeen Alliance has. Really, the price, the cost of the certification is a relative term because I guess that in terms of the developers, $1 probably is very expensive. But at the end, the idea is to make it affordable. Okay, with this in mind, we can start thinking what are the targets that we have and what are the best practices that we have to incorporate into the compliance certification program in order to serve to these objectives. The first thing that we have designed is that testing has to be neutral, has to be tested by a neutral entity in order to make it completely reliable and easy to be predicted. And then the idea is to have a third party that is neutral to the OEMs, and then have this third party be accredited ISO 17025. The accreditation of 17025 is an accreditation for the test houses, for the laboratories. That is normally the first thing that is required for a laboratory in the industry. Next thing that it is necessary to take into account is that the coverage of the elements incorporated into the certification. We have the maximum coverage as conformance testing, that is the checking that the device meets the requirements that are defined in the interface definitions, and interoperability testing, that is the capability that the devices can interoperate with other devices working in the same environment. In the aspect of conformance testing, we will require to use emulators of the network. That means that they are not real devices, but these emulators are emulating the behavior of other possible devices that are working in AllSeen Alliance, and also are capable to emulate normal behavior of the devices and also abnormal behavior. That means in the cases that we have to test situations that the device has to be robust enough to work with a faulty device, the emulator will serve to this purpose. In the interoperability testing, we will just focus on the normal behavior of operation of devices. That means that we will be testing with several devices in order to at least guarantee a certain interoperability between devices, and also devices with different from different manufacturers, and devices with different usage of the technology. And the final step for the certification program is when all testing is performed, all testing is validated by the certification body, the certification authority from AllSeen Alliance will validate the test result, and then the certification on the marking will be granted. Oops, too fast. I think you have seen this slide before. This is the first step of the certification. The target that we have seen is based on a external third-party maximum coverage with conformance and interoperability, and also validation through the certification authority. This is the target, but now we have to start from now, and then that means that we have to start doing the certification, and then we start with the certification phase 1. That is a simplified model, just trying to go through this direction to the phase 2. And then the self-certification is, is part of the phase 1. It's available for everyone, is free. There is no any fee because the testing is done by the OEMs in their facilities with the tool that is available for everyone. The process is also described in the AllSeen Alliance web, and also everyone could have the tools and the guides in order to do the testing. What is composed? What are the elements that compose the phase 1? As commented, phase 1 is self-certification. Is just every OEM that wishes to be presenting a product to be certified, just performed by himself the testing, and the testing is limited to conformance testing done using a self-certification tool. There is no interoperability at this moment. And the element obtained is the design for AllSeen Alliance logo after the validation by a third-party authority confirming the results that are obtained. Okay, too fast. Okay, this is the next step. Is after the self-certification is completed. And this phase 1 is ended, the certification phase 2 starts. At this moment, it's a conceptual step between the previous phase, that is AllSeen certified, to AllSeen design for AllSeen, to the AllSeen Alliance certified product. This is a real certification mark that can be put in the device. The formal certification testing is performed by a third party. It's an external lab. It's not now done by the OEM. The testing that covers this time is the complete set. It's conformance testing and interoperability testing. And obviously the logo can be done after the termination of the testing, and also the formal validation of the test by the certification authority. What are the elements that will be used for performing the testing? The test tools that we will use will be 2 for the conformance testing. The first one is the self-certification test tool that is available today, that can be downloaded by anyone that wants to perform testing with that. Is implemented by using an Android phone, could be a Nexus, could be whatever Android phone is done, and downloading the APKs that implement the test cases itself. The testing is, or the test bed is composed by the Android test bed, a laptop or a computer that just triggers the execution of the test cases, and an access point that makes the connection with the device under test. This tool will be used by the OEMs doing self-certification, and also will be used in the first part of the phase 2 certification, when a external third party will be providing the phase 2 certification. The second test tool that will be used, it will be just the pure conformance tester. That is a tester that will implement the test cases for AllSeen Alliance. And this tester will be implemented current versions and future versions of the test cases. That means that will be an easy evolution of the technology according to the new test cases are defined, new services are defined, etc. This test tool will be available approximately at the beginning of May of next year. In principle, will replace the old self-certification tool for the certification testing, but both will be available after for OEMs to be used for self-testing or used for verification, etc. This will have more elements to control the test cases as they are executed, as it will be possible to execute a set of test cases and also have the logs and data traces on the screen. The important thing is also that it will support potential future transport layers like Bluetooth, USB, Zigbee, etc., depending on the new definitions of AllSeen Alliance. In both, as in the previous case, the self-certification tester, this tester will be based on software that could be downloaded from the web from AllSeen Alliance, and then will be installed in a PC with the required transport elements included. This will be used for the conformance testing in phase 2. Okay. Next step is, apart from the conformance tools to perform the conformance part of the testing, we will need elements to perform interoperability testing, this will be part of the phase 2 certification. This interoperability will be done by means of different devices, real devices, that are in the market or are already certified, that will be composed by any kind of device that could implement a certain service. And then these kind of devices are called golden samples, that they have to have certain characteristics in order to make them reliable and cover as many services as possible. These golden samples will be structured in different test beds. Each test bed will be serving to certain service. For example, notification, for example, onboarding, for example, lighting, will be composed of several devices that specifically are able to perform this kind of testing. Currently today, the interoperability test procedures are ready, and the criteria for the selection of golden samples are ready, at least the first drafts, and then will be available in order to, as soon as the new devices appear or are certified or are ready to be used for performing interoperability testing, select them. And then as many devices are in the market or are certified, we will have a pool of devices that could be used for interoperability testing. We expect that at the end of the year, we will have more devices and enough devices in order to execute this kind of interoperability testing. Okay. This is the roadmap that is planned for executing or using the phase 1 certification and make the transition to the phase 2 certification. And then we have also put several elements in the roadmap in order to see what are the dependencies between the physical realization of for example, the development of the test tools and the connection with the different phases of the certification. And then we plan to run the phase 1 certification scheme until the end of January of next year, and start with the phase 2 of certification starting at the beginning of February next year. The tools that will be used for phase 1 would be the self-certification test tool. As we can see that the self-certification test tool will be at least used for this purpose until end of January, but as the conformance test tool will be ready at the end of April, we will continue using the self-certification tool for phase 2 until the beginning of May. That means that the phase 2 will be starting with the self-certification tool until April, and will continue with the conformance test tool from May onwards. The golden samples, obviously at the beginning, there will be a certain limitation of the number of golden samples to be used for that, because there will be only a few samples, but gradually more samples will be added to the pool, and more samples will be used for interoperability testing. One element that we just have defined is a pilot phase 2 that will serve to facilitate the preparation of the procedures, the selection of the golden samples, and run in an external laboratory all processes and procedures to make the start of the phase 2 completely smooth. That means because when the phase 2 starts, there is no way for failure. That means that the first OEM will require to have his product completely certified in a certain period of time and without any problem, and then there is no room for any kind of mistake here. And then basically this is the roadmap. Okay, and with this I think that's all. Thank you for your attention.